Let's talk about confidence. Confidence is one of the most important attributes and factors when it comes to fighters. If they were not confident in the first place, they wouldn't be fighting. That's just how it goes. However, there is a slight edge between being confident and being cocky, or being confident and being just overly too confident. Because those two factors can lead to a huge downfall or surprise in a lot of fights and a lot of fighting careers. That's why it is important to bring this question up when it comes to Khamzat Chimaev. Because Khamzat Chimaev is a very confident fighter. He always been saying like, oh, the other guys do nothing, they're old, they're slow, they cannot wrestle, I can do this, I can do that. Which so far we've seen that Khamzat is nothing but amazing. He is a very solid fighter. However, to be fairly honest, he fought nobodies. When it comes to rankings, pound for pound rankings, he fought really nobodies. So can his being too overconfident lead to his downfall in this fight with Gilbert Burns? Because Gilbert Burns is a real threat. So let's go through like how the healthy confidence looks like and what overly confident looks like. Great example is Khabib. When Khabib was facing Justin Gaethje, he was healthy confident that like, hey, I don't know what Justin can do about my wrestling, but I know I don't want to be striking with him. That's a very healthy confidence, like, hey, I know that when this fight goes to the ground, I'm gonna win, but I know that if I'm striking with him, I should know, even though I can strike very well and I'm undefeated, I should not take the risk, And then we have, for example, very unhealthy confidence, for example, Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor is like, oh, you can wrestle this, I will wrestle my knuckles over your forehead, And saying like, hey, he can wrestle when he was facing Khabib, but I'm going to win anyway. That's saying basically, hey, I don't have a concrete plan what to do, but I know I'm going to win. That's not a very good sign, because if a fighter is very skilled and very intelligent, they always know in their heads if there is some plan and if they know what to do. If they don't know what to do, they usually speak these kind of terms like, hey, I don't know how, I'm going to win, And that can lead to a downfall. For example, Deontay Wilder, when he was supposed to face Tyson Fury in their second fight, he knew that he can knock out Tyson Fury very easily. That's why maybe for their second fight he didn't prepare as much. He became overly confident in his ability to knock out Tyson Fury and to win that fight, while Tyson Fury went back, regrouped, and literally developed a concrete plan how to defeat Deontay Wilder. So can this be a problem when it comes to Khamzat Chimaev? I really hope that Khamzat Chimaev, even though he's a beast inside of the cage and he's overly confident fighter, he should approach this fight with more caution. Meaning he doesn't have to, fight more cautiously, because that's just not his style, but he should be aware like how to develop a solid game plan, stick to the principles and stick to the rules. Because I really don't want to see, him shooting overly confident for some takedown and then just landing in some sort of guillotine by Gilbert Burns. Because it can happen. We've seen overly confident fighters either not prepare enough, not game plan enough, or just, just forgetting that the match is even happening. For example, Amanda Nunes, when she lost to Juliana Peña. I mean, rightfully so, Juliana Peña didn't have a good record. But the way how Amanda Nunes basically dismantled everything that she said, it was like, she fought nobody, she had a year-long break, she didn't do anything. Kind of gave an insight that like Amanda Nunes might not even be fully prepared for that fight. So I really hope that Khamzat Chimaev, I know that Khamzat Chimaev is being prepared. His whole life is training. However, I really hope that he will not just approach this fight like, hey, I will beat him easy, I will go take it down, just submit him. Because Gilbert Burns is a dangerous threat. He's ranked number 2 and he only lost to Kamaru Usman. We have to bring that up because the odds are huge in a Khamzat's favor. And Khamzat can be for real, but he's also fighting another real fighter. And unless we have this fight going down, we will not know for sure how good really Khamzat is. So can his overconfidence be a danger to him? I believe that rightfully yes, especially when it comes to good opponents. For example, we've seen it with Paulo Costa. Another great example, Paulo Costa versus Adesanya. Paulo Costa was basically going through everyone in the division, and he had all these yes men around him, like, you were just knocking out, he's just a skinny clown, While Adesanya was saying like, hey, he only fought punching bags, So Adesanya developed a really good plan and was in the top shape of his life, while Paulo Costa looked like, I would just run through him. And as soon as it happened, like, hey, I cannot run through him, it became more of a mental struggle rather than physical. And I really hope that this will not happen with Khamzat or Gilbert. I think that Gilbert is approaching this fight with a very healthy attitude, because Gilbert, first of all, is also one of those guys that I will fight anyone, but he's also one of those guys who lost before. So he knows, how to be humble, how to regroup and reapproach the fight if it's not going towards his favor. Khamzat, however, never faced that. That's why he has this huge hype. He has this huge confidence because he never lost. And that can be very dangerous. And I really hope that it will not be the case this Saturday. Because if Khamzat wins by dominant fashion, oh my God, the show will only begin. So what do you think, guys? Do you think the confidence or having too much confidence can be dangerous in such a huge fights? Or are we just blowing smoke? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you next one.